Hey. Good evening, Salot in Edladot. Say hi, say what's up. First, I want to give a shout out Tea Selena Allen Noya that give me a shout out. So, yeah. Salot in a say hi. Dogots Aussie doing Zinnig. I got a guest for you. And Jim Lemaigre in Telas Twinult Zega Yazi. No hal hun tata dasa. Yeah, so zi badano nila de the Willis Javier Hushion in Telas tours in Lalash, Saskatchewan. Clearwater River Dene Nation band member at the SLU and doing Zinnig Treaty 4 territorial RC. Home of the Cree, Métis, Sioux, Assiniboine, Lakotas, all beautiful indigenous people. They say hi, it's always good to check in. Dennis, we're all over the place, Dennis Ushine. You know, good evening from Black Point, coast to coast, and in CHPN. You know, and I'm gonna have to give me a second, just Taya, you're gonna have to turn that down. Okay, sorry, I can see this thousand on yeah. So Saska Bush, hello. Good evening. Yeah, do Jim, do Den nacht si denne hin leo e gambal yel tiu dat u ala na bech ala new be ya tia didit ala and koni si base do government di hala na dat u First Nations communities at the Ladala now Lizzie between the government Saskatchewan a hell a little bit ya said do election hun zile kola can uh, touch on that a bit. I'll leave that to him because I cannot cross the boundaries. So, yeah. David Sylvester, hello. St. George's Hill, hey, Tazen in Jagala. Kenton, good evening. Shirley Ann from Black Lake, hey, Torngoats in the Sina Masi Cho for joining us. Yeah, I'll bring him in here and bonol dia. Jim Atlanta.
Sunt ela kunen.
Nezun. Ja, Jim Massi do salon tatin da dena ha na banunus alo introducing liane di ayers in hekelon da.
Mercy doing soni I den na halon tati dai ha. As he says Jim Lemaigre Gio Clearwater hots and then his la and a your hosanat how a your the nelsit the neslin ke yao or it's a horlu nenison it not die during Leo or it's a quit doing Prince Albert a your alas na a your nestler. Saskani ledan Saskanos it's uncle ledan sa to kaza a jahorlu ne deu I asked these on sa pasun tila mercy.
Azuna to kasun liano.
Let dene sing yes a beskana planta quaza plancha quaza.
Oh, go shenela. Plantai.
Aso tila. Ma that's one that on la sequi.
Yeah. Nezu. Yeah, Jim, the Gani Kurini let Nene Asin Yara do the not seen it. Then the Aboni the Atlanta, what made you decide? I think Benasnina but town hall and Nani maybe social services, something like that. Alan Nashlini.
At the Kua last nani.
Okay.
At the Denim Bona Yella de Halyati ha her Inlinda, Conti ha alai nani. So Denim Bona Yella de Sanago I contu bahal hitao I contu den it's as new contu alas doubts contu don't adan sitani hadoresta who does it then hetili tiata justice of the peace has so linear a out at the donald sitane coin holana star escadaris isu aids and then sit dan to seek not deal contu Tibak anas tajao or it's a coni the siko de hurry zade has tea town sanastan. I earth is has a leo dan usi henry ni net in sam. So the isu tiata a years not sila and what I a what he tant usi generes ni hati paris denun kuti is not ilsiu ko euro ko dan el sit dani has hosan el 10K yasa
Mm.
could accidents el dienes de silan tahu at den gets a den get a shiani call us a nice el tun tun ko dan el sit den esling K yasa hosan al town 13 and a half years, question 14 years the la. Hurts a whole then it's an neither tata bonich three, Pierceland, colleagues and ta ani, a yuta bonich there's a doom coach hoit in either ru, it's a te black lakes and they then have neither song. Or it's a PA 1 year neither ru, or it's a Jace Chate a 2 years neither ru, or it's a big river 3 years u. Queers the government hal alas na ha soralt or I hal de kontu dennis candle dens an kuch asul la huta thao ha a jan soralt aru ba yail tu a ena doing that the has see a yids and curry there yeah.
As soon targets in God or the don't targets the see don't do Nech alla near the some at times tested on design in a tune do it sounds like a not couple communities and do Dene communities so elon is not Dene maybe Dene ne lile Dene ni then get do any
At Black Lakes and Aloni no at lun den secondary again little PA was a plank at the nasta who or it's a conto Black Lakes and nest that's la plank at the hitao found la got it den nila a kusi dist se adorelian la sa at the other der anaza den sit den alien sa heni la to or dist house at den at the
yeah
I can't but I would take in a diary such a quick thoughts a do then in clank at Reliania sound and sa tha kun dik anain la a found your laku black lego a horlun tibok adoja a hola then a sultia and Georgian making Jesus it's a deal huntu a it's Anna the land Dwi dan ich alle ni ni seti quit kont uber go don ta neti quid den in zone helin set a dio kont u en sont alant ile den hal neither den ich nazan den helot in ik ase den hel tia azan zone teas on se kenech new dri na da shin ya is si au na da was take o shalant il ha si kont u di yen la schools hosonal tanoin analt could doing cont udit dilana den go the chin yaut a si honal tanola set a const ein leon with he neither Louis alt hinia at your bayaya ti hamams a phone as lo a con a laser Louis says
oh man see they cost a lot but funas test it has even it seems the other has seen the other day so that's cool
I don't call it Danny Danny Henneslion Danny Lansanelion kont and then also then a link at inak den ni hat e ber niland ilon la du dan bekenning ni chun in inapa see et erelt alle no kayati lon la laat see et ilu laat see yade you kont u den katia nag den ni ha na zuland ila but call den hayat hu den henere nide sont ant ila and Tao Denisi hunt hui halde at board niland ilon la. O la hunt uya deni lere huka bimba no het donte et ila jar et ila jar henion kuntu bana ya tihu dan chasna jahati la hunt at den no lianda.
Yeah. Already, and I'm sure even though like going in then a hell align nala, then a benik chatted in the counselor in le then even though maybe there's a bit of an ego need then Tanisan at the beginning, said Ninats or then it's S And then you probably got like culture shock lant at Hanisa, maybe your first real incident.
I can't, because can't see. Kont is steeds an het nieuw kont o baadani baazan netil klilant en kont ornide dat dan ik on het hasigare en kla kont orni kont o note and I dynamic and the career their Pierceland a year yeah I dan ik oshant ilani so had a second ut an ya today airs an kont dan it's an need ik o janlu ben den ni hol lioni den colet noni der dit doen lat I hon den heljain tu den chalenik an do trade and class sit ha kont o hut hianda.
You know, I net ala ni basin a tu conti si net not sirla net and you know tage or can't edile hole I mean but you got the core you know I net in the no like no tu guy you know just have that foundation.
Hot ties it's in niand dog oats it den heja tlakobich in tahilonla such a kurant usana shao and satarant uno halde tihu and then do hana honest hanun kont is see a deni atlet deni nana and they would is sigan under den in a zone lin how la hununa yet hola. Så question kolot hade nog en allt nu atlet nu hade jag till det kunde nog ett delini nen henne det ålte hasa nen och att asi hasa snö hon nu hade jag till hon nu alla ni hoilni ha en allt ila hin leo zanda kolle den allt ila sta ni det allt hon att leo ju sig henne det att ult är sig att alla jag till kont så alla ni ha hers en kont så konet ha hers and sikot dene sinak a hotilant ilant a san sitla lant usik on the tagar but kola dene sak anal ta hade at awas ninestan.
Yeah, you know that I can't do that sound a lot of times we put ourselves out there and then you know 2-3 years council again dala you know you're gonna put yourself out there then you're in the public's eye you know and then you gotta doing need a zone at una not so lisi then ha allen ha you know and I think no chala ni not sure I think it's a small part but we're on our way Nastanas.
I use on kont at Arnisa and then it don't do dan kanal tau then it the earth ha ala and dan it ta council ki die 18 months la horjuma adoi deni yauts in den zina nel tsios en den zina tsin let ounce is deni yaun la ko yi ayer deni yauts in deni sits anatel today deni hurst ha hurst in la nak a hotia hotile because den do gots e het gali yans ben ritit e ha ho and kont u den hurrit ane a yigare hen nat da hunne ha banano the rule and u et ya hunne hunin den hala a anak a ye kont it's a diet it den ni nat serdaza then kont it a da he dai gare and then it then it inaltiu a see it inaltiu then ik on ha dan u dan ik on ha dan u bet et diuli a tipos at but nan at an ni harin in kont ali.
Yeah, you know then it's a lot you know and pretty much few thousand people on your backs you know a few people that easy then you know a great going back to this comment you know great mentor my old corporal and my old job RCMP very encouraging you know konti going then boss advocates for indigenous people then do anit la la nasi program manager a between First Nations communities plenty see again
A doing that scene I has see Du Donald Sitanen, Nulsek Aya Dani Hal Adalanai, A Earth Iskarit is it, and then Kontu Adalanania, A Aku A Hal Alas Nasi, and provincial government Ha Alas now, Kui da Earth Iskarit Isnisi, Canada, Saskatchewan, A da First Nation see, A Kontu Earth Iskat Aren't Isla. Ayers in da Earth Iskathalaya sit any da ne how. Da hiring light dan sit dan not day da hiring light dan old deo to dan the tahalya dan halti ay dan ne ha ay kontu de kasalala kusi da sing I but hanas do bahalti tao dan est eu dan est il separest on kusi ayer dan it's esni dan tu si selye ha nak a hurry nilu nak sorry sont ila na hiring light he ala dan ala na de great jahila na de yan zibits at you ayer de at your dyke yade a sadalan now list you do then it's as nisa and sa hiring light hanasta I think you 34 agreements la and book out in destiny it's a na agreement called tech reserve konta I want to then halalas no then hanasta sa and sabana zon hodu then held it die at the then a benene not to see at holi ha contu then it's any ashnadu then you go to I then I sit then you do then haladala na hiring la ya a hor ashadesh you to seek not de sabaz sineo contu then you gonna start sinea there in as a sineo hodu then hanasto then halas na.
It takes influence in a gallu.
Hut heets en kutter doen dat daar halt kont iets en ja kont iets en net aan ja hoor Nederland ila kut doen zan dan gaan hij dilan ja but het ja sit dan niet pas nelu tu a hichu zan kursit dan it's a night deal niet dat and to and council hilins and bla fondulact and then hala de light dau Wallace Denu, Fondulaco, a person then hal through then Tanahitalu, through that old day then Tahan Lassie, then had ha a then hal how don't il Tanu, not all sick and that day, contour than Tanahitil in
So, like, reconciliation, Basilant as under to, each community their own Dene values on Talai. Agar Hadelo, or it's just like okay, government there is not to the Agar to, or is it on both sides at the Sadalata?
Well, net but on a Tahade at the Sambak other to the hiring la at out de nitan a classic and out de kont uyatihu kont usiganet at the end and nice hadnisi sant nado derlonla and then ya a yahots and linla and mayatihu asasehilye ha kont uyatihont out then the asgano nel yeu hennata da hutte kont doing kont usigayatihon la I understand I can't then hal atale dan and they're hiring loud ho nonin dai some other hadale dai I question can't dail ti honda as gone and the yeo not usik and as deal had nothing as a donusi ha had nissan to it ila northern is what these and la doing that to hot eye.
Yeah. Then then a Darwin like on 30, and so you've been fresh in 14 years and you on out on duty and doing office thing dow. Then it's it tells you, that to maybe beneath mental health base it I assume they're still out in the field and it's anything soundly design, that you're close with. Couldn't do then halal and not you just on a regular.
Well, see, I at the Zahunk Atila. but then is a sal hunta do kont si base an de LT has an llawllwn an kont a honli and saho ane hundu den hal yes hu and bonel gelde dok den bits 8 diuli kontu ba bal den highest hu kont actually and doing den gani go titek IRT ha hor niland ila lati ba la da ila de den ilan du kontu den yet hits early and he yeah Danny bal hois new say at he do elek oljande Danny kontu den raninga bird nila don't and nani den zan causing notly.
You know, yet he can get skewed, you know, from one point to another. You know, and do especially no yet here, you know, it can don't do maybe you know the tone can differ, you know, and do how you're trying to get something across, eh?
Kont and then in nikech ade don't only yet he during classic question go John la and then ne colle don't o ne dan stane a colle go John la dan i zinin it in see a then in nani yade na her yande go yawn to ne nikech go yande konti si an na yo altile kont a hilo a TLS a hasganich an in nides a kontu directly na hun hat et do then in dani then el kont o kontu yet his a ho on there.
Then it's like Ellen now, yeah, maybe you know it takes an Ellen now, okay, wherever your post was Black Lake, I think, or Fond du Lac.
Black Lake.
A year, you know the then hen el tio on is on then it's in Ellen now.
Then hal yes tio kontu la so and then he hurl credit then then her is curl and kont a hordu then it's then leo a du da then ayat hisi kont it's an sakat hilin then hal du antna du to saku to hunde bayat hide and then ade babak a the boning sende sakaya chihu kont it's ena fondulax and then hal ally now wallace then hal ally now and say a tea ha jace shades anon kontu da den at sit den heldin da den yalt hi hun at klanil ilani a aus kontu set a kids and then just neon clean.
Na but you Korean, you know that's a big thing this and I just to say that openly how important is then you know maybe then I go the rest on it right na ya tie da hi not Jim, not a cop, not a counselor, just Jim with your language.
See that o sene yai sa ta den hoel ni lu na ya ti ada yo ti haru chansa no het a dilini and hanok et eri dilde der hog odanil tau then din harbi at ti ayelti sa ta ko dilini ni in some way ya her in general la that uyelti nanu kut ekoit a ho on sa henu si kontu sene yani and ot deni and the honest time so corner 10 kunine there lenola a at he and then the gati olion and as a taza honest honey so not a bagayot and a can't o sana yaw and can't o a no hayat here no hayat doa hotire no hayat hik unbenaril denda zone can't abo de atila ni that an ohotila ko hijela de no hayat hihe ni that an dot diha nihala ko tot inet etias tila tot in the tibeneris ni hon ko denit e kont oha heres ia den e ayas tis an tilis on illa ko bak as ti hade duila so de kezan ya adarit isu yak adel tiu hamade der eious ni syllabics e yik olyan la cool ba sa nidil sin hade sa dikeza hanon ustan sa hnila ay azan boris denohal but ayas tizan hade guys sa basunt ila ay adane dadan earth on dadan yati ba da hanotit sur ko hijade ay dinida at ilosanastan no
Mhm.
hayatia dan uba adel tu alhenriti ha.
Mhm. Yeah, that's pretty much. I see that puts himself out there. I think it's really important than a good to expose them to that. Saw opportunities when Leon just on language alone nowadays. Don't see and that's a idea. And in any position, maybe doing they, how I see growing up, I was always forced to Fort McMurray's and get that trade job. But now I was encouraged, you know, social workers or teachers or kontisia that where you can represent and bring that element to a different area. I always try to encourage that.
At arnis de konastano
Mhm. And
nonni kontu at haldiel tiu hennatin at unadaratil yauli at tiu kontu no hayati at batalahade no hanik atu no hanina tro kontu esidel sihala ay
mhm.
adarini san sisapani da atarni.
Mhm. And Noachala Nicola, maybe um it's never too late, but El Diniha, and even a phone call, I do it all the time, and you do it, and I'm sure that easy nage. It's never too late, but anats at sure, and I always like to point those little things out. Maybe they get overlooked.
Ayos ang konta arinila
Mhm.
and eside haros zanasta no lia and then in non as a kind of told dona John de it an san sechni ho yet his hand ala ay ala dons an no nichter and SC Lasa gate line the altan at den had hilion la
Mhm.
and SC de haros zanasta doing dan udan hat hi ha haresta ha haris in la e yi kole no hayati anet serde dri dan digan de el tu dan the earth is got tu but a ti benereti handa no
Mhm.
danin bayati anat serde e a dani godu antlin at the kole dan don't know her asi ja se bananu teo at halban de tiu dan uk ata hiliauli no ni yin no pelo da henna thopa dani kodu ansnadu and a shale da ha
Mhm. Daha another. And now no ti kuel and dere bella then edu hinderitala bani dele no hel yare then ade el tita zanla bo.
er konta orinila
You know,
ti
maybe then yana ne there listen you kontu, and holai I always like to do like it kind of give me a different a perspective lant recently.
at
And
konta
I
te
was
dani
not do
no
then halya
hayati
then
aha
yeah, you know. Pause it, okay, there we're good. Yeah, and don't do then aja who take on virtually, and then it's maybe there's half of them by Benares Nini then, and the other half it might be easy for them.
konta orinila de doing dani koda not isi hinner ni ti ba horinila ansa yel dani yandi Tan san ben ni hulin hal dani yao a di ba ya ti da ga zel ye kole doing sik il ni de si lam a o chan la ku si do ni yan kont ile no la is da har sleu to adri nail ti do da hu a hok on at high da nene si e kont I adanati chan la no ni
Mm-hmm.
ku don de hon si do an si hor ni a ai a si dane si horos dani dano si goroshani dane nupa horenianda, but benerit didazan tant oahilieha. And you can't do then a Honda town, then in a yet anida nerel tea honda.
Yeah. Neither. Like I can't say enough, couldn't do it. Just always like to point out no hayatieda hi anida niga. Nowadays,
Take be.
and it's just banary shalant aza, then it's I pretty much research lot, I get the emails, then I held the STU and kontura he, nen ala nala from RCMP tha over 100 years they've been in service, and you put that Dene element to it, that Dene, and te net ori ala just for that.
Yeah, take be.
It's Akarin view and Belai, even though I like admire that it's never too late. You're an example. Kuntu Daril Zaiha.
Then beneath it was seen than there than how on the whole leha. And two honey than deadly, then he had tate, knock out hele. Honest inly las it with a ha. Colleders at EQ, on it, baldeas tihu. And yet he had got it out, or then in need at do now who knew it had nothing that who they contu don't and contu saloni there.
Yeah, well, we're not perfect, even though so there could be something wrong, and I think there that COVID, I don't, but yes, it's there. We gotta acknowledge it. Maybe we're stuck at home.
As you can't have, and Beneretti had ever Niland Ilihanaka. Ani sunt ila honi than the court kont ilan at ihu, a seal hunter who ow, and Danny and there nihal ye had inak a door her naland o, no hayati de dila. Kont is see no hayati and no hayati who a see her a see no hal her dirtly back at he. Kont ut ihilon lanak and no hayati and Holland hot ini and no hal hot you. And now Denisi tot inibiyati hilade, the heart habiyati anane theronla, and cont elasity. Deni a sayatiu tot in asayatiho, lant unanis third Deni ala. A thos a tunant anurl ilasihiners niha, and could not at Deni cont out only, and Satin dan habak at you benirti had Deni Denisihinner nihal yeha, teachonit aha ala.
Gani currently at last at them, it's only kontu and a duhina nani did then I go there to encourage it. I go make that money, that trade job, and only there's plenty, and do kind of go on with what we talk about, and I encourage more people than than Nazi than do denaha tindala 18 months and Tabet or out do your next the job you're in now, you're doing the same thing, First Nations halal land now, and now that coming up, I'll let you touch on what you can talk about, the importance of I know a chalanya, just to bring two worlds togetherness and ours.
Ayos lang hot or nila ko dai dog oats in then hal hit die see 18 months din nila sa nanila yi. Ayos a could do don't usets a k then is it's another chihu dine then in Catholini then in the path yin ha. Nandek atin san no sanit then answers at use as a night he. It's an echo bananas traja, and bananus thorough helesi, mercy desi, mercy sanana to thirsi desi, then it's all need in nila, then it on at hole, is like on a tant on sound such a kale honestan. A
Mhm.
abananity the rule than a night to homestead a sea. And don't annoying there, then it sits in new, then it seated, then immersive on how Allah.
Mhm.
Danny Dorelza Bezita Iha. Tana Nilt Aha Norelt Urds in T died then it will ta hanoni der let then bezin si chulanchela quasi.
Mhm.
Ayers in die close Saskatchewan parties nila ay hasazita ala ay halat then dodoril sa hu da bezita anisi ay yerk ay then the tahen tila ay then tahasin tion kusazita ala dun then zinal sinon in der day.
Mhm.
And the sea tahu ala and don't and non in there dal deni halias tiu dal deni sayas tiu senina tsuru deni hati washinas ala
Mhm.
and antlet denun deni godu kont usa yes tiu and der bonil dit and yans hot sal by yail ti doing deni elhi gidi ha normal erde nani nani betinakoni denu nani singela hotiani denu Kont nani day ti den it's a new den I ha they yin harel in ku hornuns and sitlan tahothila
Mhm.
a dant o dons and non there dons and dennis or a keo dons and non there see yinst in a den clamor sibenestan la and it then a hurry kurt ila den is a honest see hat it do it cause
Mhm.
then chance it's in ning a use an ocean
Mhm.
and horlún nenit an nutsi la hiring lights and with heads and no ni do canete your narit ihu
Mhm.
a mercies an sanon ku had nathe ti dant u hasi si dant u dan had he you dant u dan haganastri a bias ti so dal hala
Mhm.
and kont u de sont ala dan it hanasto dan halias ti ha a your anzan correcting has asuntila.
Yeah, yeah. That's good. I mean, tail to hunt alai. Gani bangayailti. I always see it a lot that I've had people campaign can not do right on Dene Yati, and then I commented that you know see hela in you or thain dao see sila don't how do we change or educate then don't how important it is don't you see no nihigaon education housing ukondi see base te the right representation I guess without trying to get too deep but how important is then ours.
Je kont is se dur Jeho den 100 da nik en de o toeloods en kolle kont is se Danny gan en new den het echt aan den ellenerate hu den yet he had natherate aha a je kont o het echt on den ha rand o yet he het ilio den ha yet he kont o hen nather den had a as echt is anestan
Mhm,
and ko hi jail a day etter inla ellen het a dalle kont aland aha
mhm,
Ku den hayalti hade den isi hinder nihu earth islik o yaw dant u den ha den yet hi hilchu henna yuri adasinla
mhm,
e kont u den yinner nide a yurde kont u des a hennathi ni clear ha and
mhm,
hennathi ni delu and doing die no nide yin lala hennatha tant u doing John da jazzy hen na lant a hanit den non kont u den hat say yon kont u den hayati
mhm,
den a si ba balt I hilala and don't u den zinal sinon in der day den bezini ande and then how tiawas neni then day bet alt au bet hi hil chu Itaninik at out at dinilo leni than det itan haho ala. Kut duan her and ni an tan san benin hulinga. The earth is benin hulin colle. At then and be a chidik e out, tea than danning tan a course ni ha horrid ni la doin taste e. And Danny Gani Gao, Danny Nanta, Danny Halyashi Hade, Danny Slambia tea cont ad ile. Hadirtlin than Halyashi who, Dant ul est eolihuni than a sigaya tihu, Danny Slancont ella. But quadrant than in Darusini than see. Der Tansamba New League, a cont is see her in the end, I don't answer.
Yeah, and anytime I had a Conti C, I've always a few times I've just addressed it right away because efter it I with the Dene Yati podcast Conti has ila. I mean, if I did, I'd have 1 million followers, easily. And but I don't want to get too far. Conti C boss, but I just want to point out. This is just my opinion, the past few elections, boys Nigar, it is very important. Not to make it popularity, but that then who is going to represent you. A lot of times it becomes popularity, and the wrong person gets in. So just direct see all over the north, get out and reach out then it's and I bezitha lazi to make the right decision.
And at Arni Danit Hanat Danin Dantanatil hala. And as at the Kosne hala. And then you had to see on Salya Tihu, had to see on Sal Curl in it known as Ahala. A other is benang link hook as a zeta canutare, a dog as Zeta ala, says is a hal egarcias ecursiala. A quant is sees a natural to quant a day, and a your day a theratil on a trail tihu, a your day a sadariti ha, quant udani haonas aha haras in la. And at Arni, then a secret Oceani, then they nuts an a yel tu no her at Kerhatito distant ila.
And kont Dennis Usline de kont uasa, Sani Dele, just like a gathering. Anytime two people visit, it's a gathering, Then Sani Dele to strengthen each other, not to bring anybody else down. And Conti Sia, we've touched so much on it doing the past little bit and it's very important Conti Sia point out those morals and beliefs no hachala near base another day that see another see to make sure people know that day.
And then it don't see then isn't it ade at Danny ha hotila and city consta honla Danny hati yun Danny ha nastan astin la and hook honest how as see class huliet in astano and echt e betudio as see echt ilade bandi out to se hulio hennate de eletuniha. Kont uhanastan kont endurance and kont ahola a as a mercy.
Must see, yeah. We've 45 minutes I'll take a you see I wanted to point out, and we've touched about it, and I think it's very important for the ones that don't understand, maybe you're and who don't get to hear it every day. Then Nen Piena there probably hot during Adi the tone does not see you every day, funa slaughter. And that's the important stuff. Aside from it, uh, to be able to make it accessible. Then yeah.
I should our Nisa. Because doing call it guy die typ en resni de die schon si kote bek alas na ha da sein. Ha ma ba hun tatitare na yati ta tot in ayal la. And then I auntratikede at dinner kont u nag don't orni san sel new hosan el tenla a yarko benarestenla and a akont azalt arni.
And see, I'm trying to learn syllabics. No, another burn nile. See, I don't know how to aristlistic or channel school or and see. So no dictionary really has its head deal. And but Benaresni, this is the crazy part. Benaresni na tu ket ile. It just doesn't come that easily. And Jim, do hunta think masin and then the thought take we touched on everything. Then a hayatini aren't eating about nonus alu a yearsan balau lia another day for sure tanayal tilos not I eat a hund zide, Nash jerk, because I don't want to. This is a serious thing, eh? So,
yeah.
Kont Elede, I would have been a risk for a kid.
Dat ordi na osha da it's a nigga den zin nint out dai it's a kid it's an a year see on the here a year normal or de course on the out here and I doing no need not uno hayati at haldi el tu and do a generity who season si nes and it hun tai ke and say a ti adan hayas ti hat tansan beni hun link season ba asi neo season ni da hot anayas ti hek adia to boning through no he ni da and tit ha a asset a mercy na stanosa and no he ti ba region no he ti beniriti hilade halanil tanu and bak ayel ti had a halanil tanu ayer de no he ti and nata but dia hu nature kontu at ale dare it is understand and don't no horalt erde and tani SC highlight the kolle hun trata do let's I can't do dani naldat eu hok on a trade ba akonida dani etik athan ni hand a mersin honestanza
Must see Cho Jim, it's a lot of good things that seeking out of there. Just as a person, and that's even more important. Because you've been away for so long. I'm in that situation, so yeah, must see Cho na her soon, and another day sana tilosa.
ha sin nesa na litai mercy na patsin na bahar liao leo nasa
Must see. Ana halios tio. Selot in a ku Dlanuthen, and that Jim Alanai, then an Atsi, Dene Leo, Dylan, Henyo Dreschche, Tank 2, bottom of the lake, Fond du Lac, at Tinenton, and Nahi non-Dene communities, and Shumbeya Tieteresh, and Dena Hathin Dao for 18 months, Doom. Bezishu, it's not official, but I serious, because they might come at me. I don't know the boundaries, so I don't want to cross them. And Datu dene te it unrest ande. I've learned that doing 1 year hudder. Sign nene the huna need the like a couple days there. And I arrest Azi Masi Chona Rosio. I ani real dinsi just say a tiegaro, my soothing voice. But Teadarulza, keep on trying. Don't quit whole library nile da kole do anything it doante. And then and not every day you read I kole so it's still there, eh? C'est lien dene ling olya. Our deans henide, that store. Our dene and yes, and don't Thai word haril dine and just amazed every time how easily at the unzie. That's gonna be for every one of you. Ozzy, because Altane no daine no chala ne dane deadlia. Yeah, no gonna just think about that. So with that, Masi Choner who soon selot in a Gabi, you can join me live in the morning again. Chippewan text Gaeltia. A healthy New Year's Eve on the la. Then another maybe I'll join you in the evening. So good night. Teu tezu masi cho de gar na basu gauli. Si Willis Janvier Hushainin Telas Tuazi. Lalash says Saskatchewan Clearwater River Dene Nation band member is Treaty 8 territories asti. And doing Treaty 4 territories in Walun Tatidala. Home of the Cree Métis Sioux Wassiniboine Dakotas, Lakotas, all beautiful indigenous people. Masi Cho, have a good night.